Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. What I want to talk about today is, I made a video before a while ago, months ago, about how possibly VeVe could have a partnership with like Minecraft and Fortnite and Roblox, and obviously none of that's come to fruition yet. Maybe one day, I don't know. But I want to focus on Roblox here because of an article that came out a couple months ago, and a quote that we have from Theo at THEO over on X saying, "The blocking of third-party IPs on Sora is an insane nerf, way less fun now." For reference here, as of right now, what's publicly released, Sora is the best AI video generator out there. I have been fooled by a couple of these, and if you're like 20, but okay, you're 34, Chavez, you're actually kind of old. I get it. If you're like a teenager, yes, I'm old. But for the last year, couple of years, it's like immediately AI. And anytime someone like 50 and older says like, hey, check this video out, like, it's AI. Tammy Hanna is good at that. Love you, Tammy. Anyway, I'm usually pretty good at that. And there's a couple of these like security footage of this grandma feeding a cougar. And like a wild cat, not the hot older lady. And I was like, that is wild. That's it. Because we see crazier stuff on the day, and that, yeah, it's weird, but it's not crazy. And I believed it. And then I go to the comments and be like, damn, AI is really gonna get me. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my god, this AI, like, oh, it was like the first one where it got me. And there's a couple of others where I get a couple seconds into it before I was like, wait a minute. But for the first few seconds, you know, it gets me. And the reason why I'm going over this right now is because, again, when Theo said the blocking of third-party IPs on Sora is an insane nerf, people were doing this with people and just real-life superstars. There's like videos like Taylor Swift, like Stephen Hawking, God rest his soul, going down a half pipe, doing these like crazy Super Burial 900s, landing on his face. And yeah, these videos were awesome. But then there was some of like IPs is like, oh, okay, here's some stuff of Breaking Bad. Here's a scene that would have been really cool. Like, I don't remember this in Breaking Bad. I assume there was stuff for Gilmore Girls that actually premiered 25 years ago as of the recording of this video. Anyway, it got me thinking about, and I guess it got Foster Hilt thinking too, because he made a whole giant dissertation on this saying, I have a thesis about IP and brand legitimacy that makes me mega bullish on the licensed digital collecting space. I believe AI will transform many aspects of daily life, and I'm excited about many of its developments and advances. Recently, OpenAI released Sora, and social media was immediately flooded with incredible AI-generated content featuring the world's biggest brands and IPs. I had two thoughts. One, this opens up a world of possibilities. And two, this is not going to last. Within 3 days, Sora had significantly restricted users' ability to generate content with third-party brands and IP. Regardless of opinions about this decision, the speed of these restrictions supports my thesis. Brand recognition and permanency matter enormously. AI has made so many things possible for the first time or dramatically easier than before. New AI-generated products and creations emerge faster than anyone can track. But here's a critical question. If people can create anything at the click of a button, what makes something special? How will it hold value? The answer, in my opinion, is brand and IP. More specifically, IP rights. So I want to go to what he said here real quick. When he talks about creating anything at the click of a button, what will make something hold value? But the speed at which he's talking about, up until recently, has been hitherto undreamt of. And you have Gary Vee in an Instagram post the other day saying, any 20-year-old kid that wants to make a little extra money, that just knows a little bit about like how to speak to AI, because that is still a skill. Not everyone can do it. Honestly, most people can't. Most people 50 and above, they can't tell the difference between like actual video and video. And now you have, you know, a bunch of kids that are kind of growing up with this and they're learning about it. And if you know that, if you know how to talk to it, and I've tried, I'm not good at it at all. No, granted, I tried like a year ago. Maybe I'll be better now. Apparently, you have to go in and put what you want into one version of ChatGPT or some AI, and then put what that says into another version like Sora, and apparently it can do that. But building a website can take like a day, and there's so many businesses out there, and Gary Vee said like, yeah, offer these businesses to have a new website for $500, have it take a day, and most professionals are charging like thousands of dollars for a new website, depending on how detailed it is on whatever. So this is something that he's thought about as well. And again, the speed of which is what I want to talk about, because I've played a bunch of games recently. One, Quakey on the Rise, that's a little blockchain game. You have little Quakey skins, and that's really cool. Those type of games shouldn't take that long to build, but they still take weeks, if not months. And you have other games like that. You have what's the DEVVE game? Give me one sec. Nysperience, and you have a bunch of those like solitaire type games on that particular app, and it's like, okay, these shouldn't take that long to build, and they probably don't. But that would still cost money. That would still cost tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the type of game you want to build. You have AAA games out there that are built on blockchain and stuff, and that takes a while. But now with AI, you would be able to create that easier. Chavez, what does this have to do with Roblox? Well, Roblox, a few months back, they had announced that they're going to do the opposite of what Fortnite did, where Fortnite goes to every license like, hey, we want to make a skin of you in our game. We have this many users, blah, blah, blah. We'll make X amount of money. Cool. And it's a laborious effort. And they go in and they get a deal done. They release a skin. They get another deal done. They release a skin. But the time in which it takes to do that is a lot. And again, it's just skins inside of a game, where Roblox is games inside of this like metaverse type thing. So you're not just building a skin, you're building a game. And what Roblox announced is that they're not going to go to the IPs to ask permission to build their game, because they're not the ones building it. It's the other people that are building these games. So they're saying anyone that has the IP rights to these big brands, they can come in and start building. It seems like VeVe would be a perfect fit for these, because they have the rights of like 300 different brands, the biggest ones in the world: Lamborghini, Aston Martin, Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, DC, all of these insane, Cartoon Network, Ghostbusters, Universal, all these incredible brands. WB, sorry, so I feel like I have Tourette's here. And maybe what's the reason why, they either I'm sure they've been talking, but what's the reason either they haven't started talking, or they haven't had a deal yet, or maybe they have a deal and they haven't announced it yet? Maybe it's because VeVe is, I want to say short-staffed, but they don't have they have a big complicated company, but it's not like they have 10 extra people they could just poop out and be like, okay, go make games for Roblox, because we have these IP rights, we can do whatever we want. It would cost them a lot of upfront capital to have people to build those types of games, and we don't even know if it's going to be popular. You don't know if it's going to work, because again, I don't know if they even need an official like partnership or relationship with Roblox. They could just build something with the IP rights. But if they can do that, especially now with AI, that seems that would take a lot of the cost and capital out. Maybe you have one person that's actually good at doing that, and you're using Copilot for this 3x lever with some guys in like India, Indonesia, whatever, Philippines, and you could build it with AI super, super quickly. And maybe that makes it so it's not as much upfront cost for it. And if they were able to do that, they could do that. They don't have to have it might take a month to make like 10 different games for a bunch of different IPs. And if you're too worried about making like, well, we want to have this game to be perfect, it's Marvel, it's Disney. Okay, well, start it with a smaller IP first, see if it's popular. And if it is, okay, you find out what works, what doesn't work, and you put that into the next bigger IP. And that way you build hype and momentum as well. I think that's the way to go with AI, with Roblox, and with the IP rights. So again, Foster Hill continues on here. He says, AI can make almost anything you want, but it can't legally infringe on established creators and creations that hold permanence. This is one of the few areas where AI cannot create or improve, because you can't create or improve what you don't own or have the rights to, but VeVe does. For better or worse, licensed brands and IPs have withstood the test of time because they control access, evolution, and distribution. They're interested in ensure the growth and sustainability of these brands. I believe that this will continue over time, and that is why I'm bullish on licensed digital collecting and platforms like VeVe Official. And this is just Roblox. I think they could do this with really anyone they want, build their own platform. Maybe, there's some type of AI being used in the VeVeverse. I don't know. But anyway, those are my thoughts for the day. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm, and comment down below what you think. Love you guys. Bye. Meow, meow, meow.